It's Hey Coach with Tim Simpson, Rashard Collins, and Jamal Mondane. Three coaches and friends talk about sports, life, and everything in between.
Everybody, how you doing? You already know what time it is. It is time for the season 3 premiere of the Hey Coach podcast. I am Coach T, and of course, I'm rocking and rolling with my main man, Rashard Collins and Jay Mondane. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Good, brother.
Man, yeah, good, man. Ready to go, man. Ready to start season 3. We back.
For sure. Yeah. I'm about to say, hey, Rashard, I need you to you looking like a shadow over there, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey. I done tried. I done moved. Hey, I don't know, dog.
Hey.
I don't know.
But you tell somebody to stand behind the computer with a flashlight on you.
Man.
Look, I want to apologize to everybody here at time. My allergies are thoroughly kicking my behind right now. So I'm sorry if I sound like Barry White right now or whatever. But show must go on. We're going to keep rocking and rolling with it. Hey, what's going on with everybody, so far? How's everybody doing now? We transitioned from season 2 to season 3. Anything new going on with you guys?
Not really. Just maintaining, working, trying to figure out if I'm gonna get this house or am I gonna get to an apartment. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Jack?
Man, since we ended season 2 to 3, a lot. Just stuff around the house. Got home ownership stuff. Same Rashard was talking about it, but adding stuff to the house. Got a new puppy running around here. Got Blue Duke running around here. That's about it, man. Just in working and watching these games, watching sports. Good time of year for it all, man. World Series. You got baseball, football NBA starting. So a little bit of everything, man. Just happy to be here.
That's good. That's good. And me, I guess the big step I've taken is I'm going back to school right now for Homeland Security, the cybersecurity division. So I started that this past week, and it's been cool.
Changing all my passwords after the show.
It won't matter. I'll still be able to get in.
Oh, so you did already start?
Yeah. So
Okay.
So I'm excited about it, man. It's a great opportunity. So it could help me set up a lot of stuff in the future. Because I would like to eventually open my own cybersecurity firm. So let's get me that, and it's taking me that step. So I'm excited about it.
I'm glad you said that, Tim. I got to do what me and you talked about the other day, dude. I got to apply for that damn sports administration school.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it.
It's really, and honestly, it's really easy to do. And you can honestly, whatever school you decide to go to, you just go on go online, request an education form, and you can fill it out right there online, and then they'll send it to the school, and you can start getting paid immediately.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to it. But you know what else I'm looking forward to, gentlemen? I am looking forward to getting this show started. So let's get going. All right. So let's start off with some NFL. I really want to talk about. I really want to talk about what's going on with. Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 names. All right. I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I give you these 3 names. Okay. Brady, Rodgers, and Wilson. Rashard, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear those names?
Brady, he's drained. Rodgers is fed up, and Wilson is inconsistent.
Okay, what do you got, Jay?
One word for all of them.
You can say more than one if you want
to. When I hear Brady, I think of Giselle Gate. When I hear it's one gate that he ain't gonna be able to beat. He beat the Flake Gate. Spygate and Giselle Gate got him.
Yeah.
Rodgers losing, deservedly so.
Yeah.
Kind of getting his comeuppance, all the years of hearing about bad teammates. Now you got to deal. Now you got to try to be a leader, and he can't do it. So poor leadership. Wilson, I would say patience for Russell Wilson. They just won today. It was a good win for them out in London. I think it's just going to take time. His coach ain't a real coach, but it's going to take him time to figure it out. You can't be as good as Russ been all these years and just all of a sudden you bad. That doesn't happen. So I think he needs some patience to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when I look at those names, I hear those names. When I see that, my thing is, I think disappointment right now. I think with Tom.
That's what I should have said.
Damn, I thought you put that up there. I'm like, wow.
That's what I should have said when I said Russell Wilson.
You said one word. I stuck to the script.
I know I couldn't do it.
I honestly think disappointment when I think about right now those three. I think Jay, I agree with you when especially when it comes to Wilson. It's going to take some time. I agree with that the head coach and everything. But right now, I believe Tom and Aaron, were under 500 for the first time in their careers through the first 7 games. So, I mean, I think Tom's just got a lot. He's got a lot going on. I'm hoping that, he can get it back together and get the Bucs on the right ship because they are a good team. But it remains to be seen what's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers, when I think about Aaron Rodgers, I think about Brett Favre halftime. Because those two, what he's doing is eerily, similar to what they went through when they had Brett Favre. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's whatever. Now, Wilson, this is what lets you know, man. When you win, everybody cool with you. Okay? When you start losing, everybody start talking about how goofy you are. All right? All right. And I've always thought Russell was a goofy dude. I thought he was, pretty good quarterback, but he's always been a goofy dude. I think the best move he made in his career was when he got with Sierra. But what I'm it's just, I mean, that lets you know, man, winning, it really does cure all. So I'm hoping he get back on the winning ship so everybody can just kind of leave him alone. He can go back to his quirky self and doing all that crazy stuff that he's been doing. But let me ask you each this question. We'll start with you, Jay. What are some of the things that each one of those quarterbacks can do to help their organizations get back on the right path?
With Brady, a lot of that is just health. Like a lot of his team, a lot of his best players in Tampa Bay been hurt. Like Julio Jones in and out of the lineup, Chris Godwin getting back from an ACL. They got offensive linemen that are hurt. Like it's just a lot of their key players are out. I think, and their schedule was tough. They started their first 7 games was a tough schedule. I think it'll get a little easier down the road. They got to play even after all these losses. They still, I think, tied for first or like right outside of first place in their division. So I'm not too worried about him as the other two. So I would say he just they'll get over those injuries, get a bye week, and they should be all right. Honestly, with Green Bay, I don't think it's gonna get any better. I think tonight they finna get smacked by Buffalo tonight on the road. So I don't think it's gonna get any better for them. Just because Aaron Rodgers has never been a leader, like he don't put his arms around anybody, and like these young guys, there's no type of like positive reinforcement for him or nothing. Like he just going to the media saying it's everybody else's fault, pointing fingers, blaming the coach for plays, talking about dudes should sit out if they can't make plays. They need to get their time cut. Like it's just a bunch of negative stuff there. So I wouldn't be surprised if that gets worse before it gets better. And like I said with Russ, like it's just gonna take time. Like Nathaniel Hackett is not a head coach to me, probably a good coordinator, but if they can start winning some games, that'll kind of cure all. As long as they can stay in front of the Raiders. Sorry, really like they want to win games, but as long as they can stay in front of them, I think they'll be all right. So that's what I got. My bad.
What you got, Rashard?
Football season ended today at 3:25. No Kentucky basketball. All right. Yeah, I'm man. Y'all, I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna stay on track. Woo! The phone calls I received today. All right. Russell Wilson. Now that I can say more than one word, he's corny. Russell Wilson's the dude that was from, and we've all seen the movie The Program. Remember the quarterback that was doing too much to try to win his teammates over?
Oh, yeah.
That's not you, dude.
Yeah.
Just go out and play. They say this dude he doesn't even give teammates his number. If you need to get in contact with him, you go through his agent. What type of quarterback is that? So he got bad leadership skills, just like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that? They don't have his number. You got his agent's number.
That's great.
You can't be on the plane. First of all, I would have cussed him out. I'd have cussed him out 20 minutes into the flight. You high need will buy me one more time. It's gonna be a whole damn situation. We're not doing this, bro. We don't play. This is not a high school game. We don't play when we land. You landed on Wednesday, bro. You play Sunday or whatever the day it is because it's a day and a half early. It's Tuesday morning over there today. What are you doing? Weird. Aaron Rodgers, you tried not to be a Favre and you turned directly exactly like him. But then you added another thing. You added talking bad about the receivers. Favre didn't want to help you as the backup. Favre didn't never say nothing about Donald Driver or whoever else was in the lineup at the time.
Right.
Favre was just that's not my job to help him.
Right.
Aaron, you ain't helping old buddy. And then now you literally pointing fingers. In the offseason or just whenever these dudes get drafted. You can't show love and just get these young boys at some little BS high school you from Cali. Y'all come out to Cali. The dime's on me.
Yeah.
Let's work out. Let's run and route. You're not a leader, bro. You're not even. Anything you do from here on out is going to look fake.
Right.
Tom Brady, we didn't realize until a couple of years ago on a Monday night that you started blowing up on your teammates when he was in New England. Like, good grief, you just come on, bro. It don't take all of that. Tom was blessed to really have very good defensive players on his squad. The best receiver was Randy Moss. And that was, you know what I mean? You had decent running backs. You know, you had the little slot receivers that was going to do it. But as far as that, I mean, them cats, bro, they not okay. Prime example, and this is not who we mentioned. Patrick Mahomes flew his people out in the middle of damn near nowhere this summer.
Yeah.
And they did video games, jailed, and all of that. It don't take that much, bro.
Just building camaraderie, man. Aaron Rodgers off in the jungle somewhere, like you said, off on them trails. Off in the jungle.
Let's go.
Not even in training camp. He wasn't even in training camp with these dudes. And then he come back to them out. They don't know how to do none of this stuff we need them to do. Oh, man. Nobody want to play. You don't want to play for a guy like that. So
nah.
This the result. I'm not surprised at all. Like
this is the result. You're gonna walk into the hall, but you not even helping me become a better receiver.
Exactly.
You not talking to me, you talking at me.
Right.
On camera. Like, damn, dude. That's why I'm with you tonight, Jay. I hope these bitches 17 points. I hope they beat them by 17.
I hope they kill them, man. I hope they cover. The spread is like 11, something like that, something crazy. Green Bay never had a spread that bad. I hope they cover.
No. I hope they do too.
I hope Buffalo.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, they're starting to really get on my nerve. Well,
it ain't them. It's him.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's really about to start to get on my nerves because.
Well, I mean, it's Green Bay.
So,
every year. Don't really care much about him anyway. But
yeah,
he don't help the call either. So
no,
it's all good. We'll see.
It is what it is. All right. So let's get into some of the games, and then we're gonna get into standings. right now, and where we think people are going to, what teams are going to, we think at the end of the season are going to be front runners. I think we pretty much are going to. I think we'll probably pretty much agree on who's doing what. So there were some pretty decent games today. We'll go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off of Richard.
And both our teams got beat up today, man. So.
Yeah.
At least y'all put up 29.
I got some comments on it. We'll get to it.
Yeah. New Orleans thoroughly waxed the Raiders 24-0. Rashard, I'm gonna let you get your composure first, and so we'll go with Jay to start off with Jay, and then we'll let you, try to ease you in there. So Jay, what do you got on that game?
Not a lot actually. I'll be quick. I picked them to win. I do a confidence pool every week. So if any of you guys want to get in that confidence pool, we do it. Cash prizes, first winner take all every week. So I actually picked them to win this week, and they got waxed. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the connection is. If it's just Derek Carr, everybody just focused on Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. The rest of the offense ain't doing much. Like Josh Jacobs had a huge game last week. I don't know why they didn't continue to pick up on that. But I don't know. I mean, it happens. Like every season, every team, at least one game a year, they just kind of lay an egg where it's like, damn, like what, they fell asleep. And this might have been their game. Maybe this will wake them up, but it's just a bad game for them.
All right,
too many beignets out there, I guess. I guess
that's what it
once
is.
Once again, I'm gonna apologize to everybody out there. My allergies are just they're also off the charts today. So
they went out partying. I think they went out partying Saturday night, something like that, man. Too much A2 or something.
My thing is like you saying, I don't know what it is. I mean, you can only blame the coach for so much, but the coach didn't throw an interception, the coach didn't fumble the ball, the coach didn't miss a field goal. But I think they believed in the preseason hype with getting Adams.
Yeah.
And Waller is on some Houdini stuff. He's not even playing. Yeah. Jacobs is in a contract year. That's the only reason why he was running hard last week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a contract year.
I didn't realize that.
Like, got it? I don't even know if Renfro even – put it this way. When I say I don't know, because I turned the game. So when I refer to I don't know whatever happened in the rest of this game today, I turned. I'm like, I got options. I can watch 3 other games besides this right here. I got to hear this tomorrow. I work half the station, half my job is Saint fans.
Yeah.
I live in Houston.
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah.
Are y'all serious? Tomorrow about to be. I'll have my shirt ready too, though. Woo, I had my Raider Nation Houston shirt ready too, but they won't see that.
No,
they won't see that. Nah. It's not a good look, and they deserve everything they're getting, man. I think they believe the hype with quote unquote. Remember when the AFC was going to be the toughest division? The AFC.
Yeah.
West was going to be the toughest division with Russell and Carr and Herbert and my mans. Remember
Same same.
Boy, so
Derek Carr got
think
me.
about it.
Derek Carr
I don't know if y'all said it, but I'm like, man, one of the toughest divisions. It's going to be what?
A quarterback got me 3 points in fantasy football. Move to the next team, man.
Yeah.
3 points.
I was wondering what was coming. All right. Yeah. So now, don't worry, Rashard. We're going to talk about Jay's squad right now. Dallas taking on the Chicago Bears. Dallas ended up pulling away, 49-29. Now that was actually, what I'm not gonna say it wasn't a bad game, but it turned very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago was down. They got a couple of breaks. They started looking like they're climbing back into the game, and then all of a sudden it was just like I looked up and I'm like, whoa, wait, 49. What happened? So, Jay, what were your thoughts on that game?
The defense didn't show up. Defense stayed home. the offense got it to within 4, and then it was just an avalanche. After that fumble recovery and that touchdown by Michael Parsons, that kind of closed the door. But I'm encouraged by the offense. These last 2 games, we beat y'all over the head on Monday. I know you didn't want to bring that up. We beat the Patriots up. But I digress. But today.
But we won today, so.
Y'all did. You know, it's a new week. You're right. But the reason I say that, though, is I'm encouraged by the offense. The last 2 games, they actually moved the ball, let Justin Fields get out of the pocket. They got some design runs for him. He's throwing touchdowns. Like, I was encouraged to see that. Yes. But the defense just didn't show up today at all. And that usually don't happen. If you'd have told me this morning the Bears putting up 29 a day in Dallas, I'd have been like, all right, the Bears winning 29-24, 29-27. Cool. Because they just don't. I can't remember the last time somebody put up 50 on the Bears football team. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't that great, but defense is what we hang our hat on. Ain't nobody putting up 50 on us. So it was just crazy. It was one of them games, man. I mean, it was an avalanche. When it rained, it poured. Defense didn't show up. They got their head buzzed. So we on to the Dolphins next week.
There you go. Rashard, what are your thoughts on that game?
I didn't see it getting like that. I didn't see it. I thought it might have been a realistically 24-17.
Right.
Bears coming just a little short. And then as I'm going, but like you said, when you're watching your team, and then when you go to another game and you get to switch it, so I missed so much. So when I'm looking like the Bears put up 29, I said, okay, Fields must be doing something. Did he finish the game? Or did they pull him out? He did finish it?
He didn't play the last like 2 minutes. They put in Trevor Siemian the last round.
Okay, I asked that because that's when I had turned. I'm like, damn, I hope this dude didn't get hurt. You start seeing another. I mean, I know the score was lopsided, but I'm like, damn. But
no, they got.
I figured the Bears are really trying to get their line together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get their line together, man, to where they can protect this dude, and this dude doesn't have to be a Lamar Jackson, a Vic, or he can showcase his arm, but he can also, be a real dual threat. You get what I'm saying? Be a real dual threat, not no first check down and now I got to run. Right. They're gonna pick that up and you're gonna turn into RG3.
Right.
Yeah. I agree with both those assessments. And I really agree with what Jay was saying. I'm actually excited for him. I think Justin Fields is a great guy, great quarterback. But like Rashard said, they've got to get that line straight. He also needs to make sure he's not putting himself in harm's way,
right? Like
he has a couple of times. But no, I think that could be, if they do it right, build his offensive line up. I think, he could be, a pretty good quarterback for quite a long time if he keeps developing. Because I compared from last year to this year, he looks like a completely different quarterback. And so I find myself tuning into the games whenever they're playing because I want to see what he's doing, how he's doing, and all that good stuff. So, we'll see what happens. In a couple of years. I don't think it's gonna be any time. It's definitely not gonna be this year, but. No. We'll see what happens in the next few years to see what the Bears organization does to really help and protect him. So let's move on. Let's move on. There's one more game I really want to talk about. I'm not even going to talk about that the Rams 49ers game. That was just Rams are just
Shanahan owns McVay. That's all you got.
Yeah. But I want to talk about, and the reason why I want to talk about this game because it was so stupid what happened. You can't cost your team the game like that. And that's the Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, it was that the end of the game, the game was, going back and forth. And, I thought it was a great game. More,
that DJ Moore catch,
it was beautiful.
DJ Moore catch. Whew.
It was beautiful. And he put himself, helped the team. They're about to pull out the win. And this idiot takes his helmet off and gets a 15-yard penalty.
Move the kicker back.
That moved the kicker back. And then he ends up missing the extra point. They could have won the game right there, and you just cost your team the game because you're a complete idiot.
A
Phenomenal
48-yard extra point.
48-yard
48.
PAT.
With 12 seconds left. So you couldn't have kept your damn helmet on until you went to that sideline, took it off, high-fived your boys, you gritty all, you can do all of that. You couldn't. If I'm the coach, man, you can't win or lose, bro. Don't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
Zero.
See, that's what also made me mad was he does that. They missed the extra point, and his teammates are still over there high fiving.
Did you see that? They still over there high fiving them and dapping them. I'm like, bro, go to the kicker and apologize. Go to the kicker and apologize. That's on me.
Go to your quarterback and apologize.
And go to your coach. Be like, that's on me. Do that on the field while the game. Don't do that in the locker room where we can't. No, I need to see that.
Exactly.
You took your, and I told my boy, I'm gonna cut you off. I told my boy today, I said, does he not know the history of the game? Does he not know where that rule came from? The rule came from when Emmitt Smith left Florida and he was snapping his helmet at Florida. And when he got to the NFL, he was doing it, going to the end zone and putting his helmet in his hand. That's when they stopped it. Now, why are you doing that in 2022?
Because they're selfish and they're stupid. And they think it's cool.
It's an emotional game, man.
You know what I'm saying? That just really.
But nobody else is doing that, Jay. Nobody
what
else
I'm
is
saying
taking.
is,
you ain't seeing nobody else take their helmet off in college or NFL. Just
but
you.
the thing is, this is what I have a fundamental problem with a lot of these players that are coming up. And then he's a veteran, so it's not like he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the league. So that's stupid. But it's a fundamental problem that I think is going across most sports. I'm not gonna say all sports, but you get these guys that are coming up that just only think about themselves. They don't think about, if I do something like this, it's going to cost my team.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Because I believe if they would have won that game, they'd have been first place in their
in the division.
Yeah, the division.
They'd either been first or tied. Yeah.
So see, now you just knocked your team out of first place.
Yeah.
Carolina would have won that. They would have won 3 games. Carolina's only won 2 games this year. They're 2-6.
I think they'd have been tied for first. It'd been like a 3-way tie or something like that. Like everybody.
Raggedy Falcons got 4-4.
Right, but if they'd have won,
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is that's just dumb.
Yeah.
And then like I said, what also compounded it was the fact those idiots on the sideline were dapping them up. Hey man, great catch. No, fool. You just cost me the game, man.
You just cost me 48-yard extra point.
The 48-yard PAT. And then the kicker was so, I don't know, he was in his head that even in overtime, he missed the field goal in overtime.
He missed the regular distance field goal, I believe.
In overtime.
I turned the game when I saw him line up. I'm like, okay, cool. Turn.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
I turned it. I'm like, in overtime, man.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. It was just ridiculous. And like I said, it is what it is. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take, a quick break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about getting into some NBA. So we're gonna do that. But before we do that, here's a shout out to Anchor for sponsoring the show. If you have any questions about starting your own podcast, Anchor is a perfect place to go. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone, tablet, or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on any listening platform such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and much, much more. Everything you need on a podcast all in one place. And the best thing about it, Anchor's totally free. So if you want to start a podcast, get on here and do some stuff like we're doing. Go to anchor.com and check it out and get your podcast started. All right, gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Hey Coach.
All right.
Everybody, we're back with more Hey Coach. I'm Coach T. Rocking with me always, Jay Mondane, Rashard Collins, who stepped off camera for a second. So we're going to keep it moving. Jay, the NBA is back.
NBA is back.
The NBA is back.
Yes, sir.
Also, who's back is the LA Lakers.
They're not back. To our fans, I don't know why we're about to talk about this team. Just so you know, I don't know why we're about to talk about them. But
Only reason why I want to talk about it because I'm hoping I don't want to talk about them for the rest of the season unless they start winning because I just want to get that done out of the way and move on because I really don't want to talk about these fools anymore after this because they are really disappointing to me. But let's talk about this train wreck, aka the Los Angeles Lakers.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, so a lot of things are going on. This roster is probably the worst roster I've ever seen assembled in the history of basketball. It is just downright disgusting, stupid. I don't know what. This is why I have a problem with players having too much say. This is where I'm saying shut up and play. Let the real people run the organization and stop giving these players so much say as far as who they want on the team, this and that. Just stop, okay? That stuff needs to stop, man. Because, dude, first of all, you got Westbrook on the squad, okay? The Westbrook on the squad. Now, Westbrook, look, we know that when Westbrook is on his game, he's a good player, okay? He is a good player. But when he's not, he's a head case. And, I don't know what is really going on with him. I can definitely agree it's a mental thing, whatever the issue is. But like I said, I don't know what the deal is, but they need to figure it out. But then you add Pat Beverly to that roster. And as soon as I heard that they were adding him to the roster, I'm like, first of all, why didn't you go out and try to go get a shooter? Why don't you go out and try to get Buddy Hield? You know what I'm saying? At least somebody that can actually shoot the ball. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get a headache talking about these fools right now. Jay, why don't you break it down for us a little bit more as far as this organization, if you want to call them that still, is going on? What's going on with that?
I'm gonna keep it real simple. They're a bad basketball team. They're the only team in the NBA that has not won a game. For those who ain't been following the NBA, the LA Lakers are the last team in basketball to win a game. Like the Sacramento Kings are better than them. Like Orlando's better than them. I mean, how bad you want me to get? All right, but in all seriousness, they're just a poorly constructed basketball team. They play defense, they play hard, but they're just not. They don't have any good offense. You don't know if Anthony Davis is going to play from one game to the next. Russell Westbrook has zero confidence. His confidence is shot. LeBron is playing to pass Kareem. This is a ceremonious year. So any of you Laker fans that are thinking that the Lakers are actually going to do something as a team this year, you might as well turn the page because this is going to be a coronation for LeBron passing Kareem. It's kind of like Kobe in his last year. Like it was Kobe last year. It was a farewell tour. People just wanted to see Kobe play. People going to buy tickets to see LeBron pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar all-time leading scorer. They're not going to win a lot of games. They're not going to make the playoffs like with this roster unless they do some drastically change. If they make some drastic change, but with the roster as it is presently constructed, you're not going to see a good basketball team. They don't win. They can't win any games close. They had a brand new coach, his first year coaching. Like they got too much on LeBron's shoulders in year 20. It's supposed to have been 80 team 2 years ago. It still ain't. They're just not good. That's all I got.
Shard, I know you got something for this.
I can't really talk a lot, but we have won some games. I mean, I'm a Clipper fan, so you already know when I say we. Oh, I mess with the Laker fans at work every day. I'm like, man, Ofer again? God, dog.
Really? In the last 10 years, y'all own the Lakers. That should be y'all. That should be y'all.
Yes, yes, bro. The enjoyment that I get out of just 2 little games ahead of them. Yeah, that's all we won. And the Pelicans jumped on us today, and we took that L. Yeah, with
Yeah.
all this football going on, I don't think I ain't tuning into them bums. Like, golly, here we go.
New Orleans just beat you
Hey,
up today.
New Orleans is rocking, man. Hey,
It's
man.
about
Yeah.
football and basketball. They just
Hey,
beat you up today.
Right. Yeah, I done took a double L. Yeah, double.
Man.
But Lakers, like Tim said, I mean, that the organization, the roster is terrible. I love it. I like Darvin Ham. I like him. He was a good assistant. I just like, I think he's the right coach, but it's not the right team. It's not the right roster. Like they set him up. You can't. Okay, what we could, and I don't play video games, but I can imagine Tim and Jay, if y'all would really, if you take the Lakers squad, put them on the PS, whatever it is now. What is it, 5 now?
Yeah, PS5, Xbox.
Put them on the 5,
Series.
but you give them 3 years ago their stats, bruh. LeBron, Westbrook, Davis, but Davis, to me, he misses too many games, and wherever he's training and working out at, he's got to go like to Phoenix, man. Don't y'all remember when Shaq said that was like one of the best organizations that rebuilt it? A couple people said, Grant Hill said it. Like, you have to do something different. Some of these are fluke injuries, like he hurt his back the other day, and I could see it in his face. He knew if I go out this game, street clothes, week 1 of the doggone season, and I got to fight through this. But it's not a good look, man. Westbrook is in his own head. He shouldn't have went back to the crib. He shouldn't have went to LA. He should have went somewhere else. I mean, it's funny to watch them because they're the Lakers. It's just like, there's only four national teams everybody hates. Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers. The next tier would be what? Patriots. What, you hate the Patriots because they win all the damn time? I mean, what you hate them for? Because they win all the time? Like, what are the basketball teams? Do you hate Golden State because what? They win all the time? But it's almost sad to see the Lakers do this and have LeBron have to just really be fixated in this and just be like, bruh. But I really want to know how much is it really him, though. Because somebody said on the radio the other day he playing fantasy football with an NBA squad.
Man, look, this year is for him to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. What is it? Coordination.
These are personal individual accomplishments this year. He's gonna be the oldest player to do so many things this year. So
I agree.
Congratulations, LeBron. The rest of this team, man, they're not. This team is not built to win a lot of basketball games. Like, I feel bad for Darvin Ham because Darvin Ham should have coached like the Pistons or, you know what I'm saying? Like an up and coming young team.
Coach, but the wrong team.
They should have gave him a young team where he can put his DNA into that team and he can build around it. He got a bunch of veterans that already stuck in their way. He tried to institute his stuff. It ain't gonna work. And you in LA, like, come on, man. If you don't win there, I just feel bad for Darvin Ham because it's setting up a failure. Like, if he take this job or if they lose and he get fired, is anybody else gonna want to hire him? They're like, man, you couldn't even coach the Lakers. You had LeBron. But as basketball players, we know that he's not set up for success in LA.
Oh, no.
But if he would have been in like Detroit or if he'd have been in Orlando or like one of these young teams, OKC, he would have been they would have gave him time, 2-3 years to build up that roster. Like Chauncey finna get years building up that roster with Dame and Anthony Simons. Like, they gonna give him time. Yeah. Darvin Ham not gonna get no time in LA. They impatient.
Which organization is set up for success, the Lakers or the Knicks? Going 2 years, just a 2-year window. This year and next year. Better record, better success.
The
Knicks.
I think so too.
The Knicks.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so too. Like I said, it's funny you brought that up as far as video games, Richard, because y'all both know I'm a 2K addict. I play it all the time. Right now, I've currently got a 6'9" point guard playing for the Phoenix Suns, and we are undefeated. By the way, we're 50-0. I'm averaging 52 points a game. Averaging 52 points a game. 13
I ain't played
assists,
video
15
games in years.
boards,
How many
4
of them
blocks.
games can you reset the game if you're getting ready to lose, or are you flat
No.
out playing? You can't do the reset.
Well,
Can you cancel the
no,
game before if you're about to
no,
take an L?
no,
I'm a sore
now-
loser because I know that was an option in the past. I know that was an option in the past. That's what I'm saying.
Now, if you're playing online against other people, yeah, you can't. But I think it still gives you. I think it actually still gives you the L anyway. So if you back out, they'll still give you the loss. So you better just finish it off. Maybe you can pull something out. But the reason why I say that,
50 and
even on the video game, the Lakers are in 13th place in the Western Conference. Like, they are horrible on a video game. Like,
because okay, am I right or wrong? Aren't the stats updated since everything's online now? It's like current stats for real.
Yeah.
It's like that, right? Okay, okay.
Yeah, so like the ratings of the players is like it's horrible. Like I think LeBron's like a 97. AD I think is a 94, maybe 94, 95.
Yikes.
And then it drops. It's horrible.
I love you, AD, Chicago, everything. But,
hey, Illinois, everything. Yeah, that's why I ain't
a 94, bro.
Yeah, that's
generous.
Like,
that's
so
generous. Let's just say
he must got some family that work for EA Sports,
very,
bro. That boy is 94.
It's a very generous
horrible.
number.
But it's like I said, it's just, I mean, it's just bad from top to bottom right now. I don't know, what it's really gonna take for them to fix it. People I know, some people are calling from, why don't you trade LeBron? You can still get something for him. They're not gonna move LeBron. They're definitely not gonna move AD.
If they 0-5 and they trade LeBron, who coming to the games? It's still a business.
Nobody. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're not trading. Especially
Wow, I ain't think about that.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. Anyways, let's move on. I'm tired of talking about the Lakers. Let's just move on. Oh, we got a comment here.
What up, boy? Yeah, man.
No, yeah, that's true though. So that's true, man. Real talk, real talk.
100%.
So
take that L, baby.
Let's get into some rankings and everything. So if we're looking at the Eastern Conference, 1 through 15. Right now, Milwaukee, they're looking pretty strong. They're 5-0. Cleveland's 4-1. Atlanta 4-2. Boston's 3-2. New York 3-2. Washington 3-2. Mm-hmm. Toronto 3-3. Charlotte is 3-3. Philadelphia is 3-4, and Chicago's 3-4. Now, I didn't talk about I'll talk about one more, and that's the Brooklyn Nets. They're near the bottom. They're 1-4. So I'm sorry, 1-5. 1-5.
Rashard, I love it. Look at him. He love it. He couldn't even hold it in. He love it so much.
So if we're looking at the Eastern Conference, let's just concentrate on the top 10 teams, and we'll also throw Brooklyn in there because I just think it's gonna be a fun conversation. Of the top 10 teams, who do you think is really poised to come out of the East? We'll start with Rashard.
I don't think it's going to change from what the 3 is now: Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Boston. I like Trae Young. The Knicks being at 5, they're not better than Toronto, who's at 6, but they both got the same record. I don't see the top 3. Well, okay, I'll say this: I don't see the top 4 really switching for the whole season. I figure not Toronto, but Atlanta and Boston, they'll flip-flop. But I think Cleveland would be in, well, they're 5-1 now because they won. 5-1 and Milwaukee 5-0. I don't see it changing. Because then you're looking at the Knicks, Toronto, Washington Wizards, the Hornets, and the 76ers. Like, we can keep saying it's early in the season what we're going to do that till Christmas.
Right.
I mean, damn, how long we go? It's basketball, bro.
Yeah.
It is basketball. The three of us could pick up two other cats, play on the court today, lose the first game, figure out what we need to do. Once we got next again, we can redo it, run it, and be like, you know what? We about to go home. Y'all got next. We out. You can get it. It's basketball, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know basketball's not that simple, but it's basketball. Really? I mean, you're going to have injuries, and you're going to have teams that's going to come in there and jump on you for that one night. Golden State going to come in here, jump on you for one night, and you ain't going to see them again until you go all the way back to the Golden State. You don't get a chance to regroup. It ain't gonna switch out. I don't think it's gonna switch out of what it is now for the top four.
All right. Jay, what do you got?
I think who coming out of the East? I think Milwaukee will come out of the East. Barring injury, obviously all this is barring injury.
Right.
All bets off if people get hurt. But if everybody healthy, 100%, I think Milwaukee comes out doing what they're doing now without Chris Middleton. So Chris Middleton will just slide back. He ain't played a game yet. If y'all
I didn't know that. Yeah, I did not know that.
He ain't played a game. And they just another level above everybody else that they play. So I got Milwaukee coming out of the East. I think that people want Philly to do well, and I just don't think they will. I'm not a James Harden guy. If you've watched any of this podcast in the last 2 seasons, I just go by what I see and what I know of the game of 30 years plus. He's just not the type of player that's going to help you win when you need to win, when you need it the most. I just don't believe in it. History has shown that he can't. So I don't believe in it. Regular season, they may have good games. Milwaukee can even be – this is why I think Milwaukee will get out of the East. Milwaukee can fall to a 2 or 3 or 4 seed. Is anybody worried about Milwaukee losing to anybody in the East in 7 games?
No.
If they drop to a 2 or 3 seed?
No.
Exactly. So that's how when I'm thinking basketball and I think playoffs, I'm thinking which team can go to any court, any gym in any seed and come out in 7 games. I can't see anybody beating the Milwaukee Bucks 4 times. So
I agree. Milwaukee's just like when I used to tell my boys who are Spurs fans. I said, "Do you think the Spurs ever gave a damn about being number 1 in the West?"
No,
they didn't. They never cared.
Pop was like, "Ain't nobody beating us 4 times."
Exactly. No. So when you just said that, I'm like, I agree 100%. Like
that's how I feel about the Bucks. I don't see anybody that can beat them 4 times. They can go to anybody's gym and win, and ain't nobody winning.
Milwaukee is coming out the East, hands down. I'm
gonna have to go with them, man.
I did not know Milton. I did not know he was not
playing. And it's a luxury because think about it. If they can get through all these games without him playing, think about that. They can get a lead. They can get the 1 seed. They can get a 4, 5, 6 game lead.
Yeah,
the 1 seed with Chris Middleton not playing, and get him. If he let's just say Chris Middleton come back Thanksgiving, right, next month. So 4 weeks from now, Middleton come back. But the Bucks are the 1 seed, and they 6, 7 games ahead of whoever the 2 seed is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a win. Like you got a fresh Chris Middleton the rest of the way. He sat for 20 games. Like, come on, man. So I'll take them, man. Everybody else will be kind of jockeying for position. The Bulls will be okay. Like they'll win some games. The Bulls will make the playoffs, but they're not a threat to anybody. Brooklyn can mess around and not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if if they do not figure it out by Thanksgiving. They could mess around and be on the outside of the play-in.
Brooklyn is the Lakers of the East.
They trying to be.
They're the Lakers of the East. I mean, bro, they won 1 game. I mean, like I said, I'm sitting over here gloating. We've only won 2.
No, but I agree with you though, because based on like expectations for Brooklyn versus reality, they are the Lakers of the East. Because the expectations are so high with the talent they got. And then
you trying to tell me KD, Kyrie, and the no shooter.
They look very disappointing.
Has won 1 game.
They're very disappointing.
Oh
People was looking at KD sideways, like, man, he asked for a trade. What's going on?
They ain't got nothing to do with Nash. They ain't got
No.
nothing.
Maybe he knows something we don't because he's in that organization. Maybe.
Boy.
Maybe he knows what a championship team looks like because he
Bro,
played.
they've won one game.
They won
Brooklyn?
one. I don't even know who they beat. That's how,
It was an inter squad. It was an inter squad game, or they counted preseason.
I don't even remember who they beat.
I
They
think
counted the
they
preseason
scrimmaged.
game.
Yeah.
I think they scrimmaged the Rutgers or something.
Maybe.
It was an exhibition game. Yeah,
Maybe.
but
Yeah.
Brooklyn is they're just as right now. They're just I think they have a better roster than the Lakers, but they're just not playing. There's no correct me if I'm wrong or if you agree. What I'm seeing on the court, there's no real leadership.
Yep.
I mean, there's no leadership. There's no real continuity.
Nope.
And you can see that guys, are pointing fingers and they're doing this and that. Body language is horrible.
It's a lot. It's a lot of things, man.
Yeah, there's just I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know if they can turn it around. I just don't know. They got to. I mean, they just with KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons.
Bro.
I mean, those three right there
matter.
are. That's what I'm saying. If they were playing like to their full potential, like you guys were talking about, they were actually playing to their potential, and even how they played in the past. Well, except for Ben Simmons last couple of years. But anyways, if they were actually playing like that like we know they can, that is a scary team. But I just don't. I don't know what they're going to do.
They could be at least 3 in the East. They could be at least 3 in the East right now. They really just played.
Yeah, I agree.
But Ben can't get 5 and 6 fouls, and you got more fouls than points, bro. You getting 4 points. You getting 4 points. Like,
I think he plays.
Let him. If you're gonna let Ben get out of his own head, let him really bring the ball down the court and just facilitate.
I think he plays too many minutes. I think they tried to throw him in there too early just to get him excited, get his confidence up, and he's in situations that force him to foul, that force him to have the ball in his hand too much. He's playing too many minutes. If you already got, and they're a liability. So if you can't have him and Claxton in at the same time because they got two dudes that do not score at all.
Yeah.
So he's easy to defend. They undersized, so they can't rebound. Like, I can break all this down. When Claxton goes out of the game, who's the backup center? They have no backup center, no rim protecting, no rebound.
He plays in Cleveland.
Exactly. Jared Allen's gone. They have no
Cleveland.
They have no situational basketball. Like when notice all the games they lose in are close games. Like KD will bring them all the way back in the third quarter. He'll be like, all right, let me get for real. Let me get serious. He brings them all the way back, and within 5 minutes left in the game, it's your turn, my turn. Him and Kyrie pick and roll. They have no situational basketball.
Yeah.
They can't have those two dudes on the court at the same time because you can either foul Ben or you don't have to guard the other two. So KD and Kyrie can get doubled. They got Steph Curry back, so that'll help with some.
Oh, he's back? Okay.
Yeah.
He's back. So that'll help spread the floor. Now with Steph Curry back, they need Ben Simmons should not play as many minutes as he's played. Like, you just got to sit him down. He's a professional basketball player, man. Like, listen, we are better when you are not on the floor. When you're on the floor, we're like minus 20 per game. When you're off the floor, we're actually a positive team. So you got to sit down. Situational basketball, we got to sit this dude down. That's what you got to do to win games.
We are better when you are not on the floor, young man.
Not helping them. He's not helping them. Come on, man. Look, if they're going to coddle him, at least let him play in spurts. So let him get some spurts where he can actually lead the bench or the second. I ain't saying he got to come off the bench. What I'm saying is if he start the game, you take him out a little bit in the first quarter, and then when you sit KD and Kyrie down, you bring him back in with that second unit. So now it's Ben Simmons and shooters. You bring him in with in the rebound, and you got Joe Harris and you got Steph Curry on the floor. Now he can just penetrate, kick the shooters. Let him play those minutes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When he on the floor with KD and Kyrie, he's just a liability.
Yeah.
So they got to figure it out, man. He gonna cost them games. And KD ain't gonna say nothing. He too passive aggressive to just
KD ain't about
Exactly.
Nope.
So, and Kyrie trying to get a contract, so he ain't gonna blow up the locker room and go crazy. He's trying to be encouraging for Ben.
After this past week, Kyrie,
yeah. I mean, he's still Kyrie, but but on the floor, he not gonna condemn nobody on the floor. Like they just not they. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of issues going on. It ain't an accident that they only won one game. Like,
No, definitely
you can
not.
see it. It's evident.
Not.
Like why? It's evident how they lose in the games. Like every team they lose to is in the fourth quarter. They situationally they just Steve Nash get outcoached at the end of games. They too small and they can't defend. Like we can see it.
They roster's not that, they roster's better than the Lakers, but they roster's not good. 1-5.
It ain't good, but it ain't saying a lot to be better than the Lakers, but it ain't good, right? So when they play the upper echelon, like when they play Milwaukee,
I put them as a benchmark. My fault. Basketball fans, my fault.
Exactly. When they played Milwaukee, I never for a second thought Milwaukee was going to lose that game, no matter how close he got. Like they're not going to lose this game. Budenholzer won't let them lose. Giannis literally came out in the second half, was like, I'm bigger than everybody, and just went to the hole and bullied everybody for 24 minutes. They couldn't do nothing about it.
I told my coworkers, I said, you notice Giannis has the old school LeBron game when he was in Cleveland, when he's just gonna run over everybody. Like you can take a charge if you want to. I still got 5 more fouls.
Mm-hmm.
You can get the hell out the way. I mean, you got options, bro. You can get hit with this body. If I'm going full steam, what does it take him, like 3 or 4 dribbles to get down the court?
And for that reason alone, Giannis, I think Giannis will get out of the East, man. He just he turned into a dominant player.
And I told somebody that he asked me, he's like, "Who you think?" I'm like, I hate to say it, I think Milwaukee winning, dude.
He's turned into a dominant player. Yep.
Yeah.
What's that?
All right, let's move out to the Western Conference. So once again we'll talk about the top 10 teams, who we think are going to come out. Same format. So right now, Portland is in first place. They're 5-1. Phoenix is 4-1. Utah, surprising, 5-2 in third place. New Orleans is 4-2.
Somebody need to tap them on the shoulder and say, "Hey, man, we trying to get, we trying to get Victor." I don't think the players know. I don't think the players know what Dirty H trying to do.
No, I don't think they care. San Antonio is in fifth place at 4-2. Memphis is in sixth, 4-2. Minnesota's also 4-2, and they're in seventh place. Denver's 4-2. Wow, a lot of 4-2 teams. Golden State 3-3. They're in ninth place, and Oklahoma City is 3-3 in 10th place. Then of course, the bottom half is the Dallas Clippers, San Antonio, Houston, and of course the 0-5 Lakers. So, gentlemen, once again, same question. Out of those teams that I just named off, who you think is going to actually come out of the West? And do you have a surprise team, maybe? Jay, we'll start with you this time.
Who's coming out of the West? Out of those teams, man, I like Phoenix. I like Phoenix to come out. I think all that offseason stuff with Aiden, I think they kind of got that out of the way. This is the year. If they don't do it this year, they got to blow it up. Chris Paul's gone. Like they got the Phoenix Suns experiment has to end at some point. And Chris Paul ain't getting any younger. So if they don't do it this year, I guess this is my pick and the surprise. I don't have a surprise. The West is so damn deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. So I'll just pick one team. I'll just say the Suns, but I like a lot of teams. The Lakers are tanking. So, I mean, they trying to get Wembanyama probably. I think the Lakers
trying to get the 740. They're trying to get
the
740 cat.
I think the Lakers are tanking. They just ain't told nobody yet.
Yeah.
LeBron trying to tank.
Yeah, trying to get the 7-4 cat.
LeBron tanking. No, but if I had to pick a team, if I had to pick one, I would say the Suns. Just because I think they feel like last year, let's call it what it is. Luka took their soul last year in the playoffs.
Whoa.
Like they was up 2-0, and Luka was just like, you know what? I'm better than all y'all. And
all of y'all.
All y'all. He literally took their soul and laughed about it. So I feel like they got to come back with some kind of pride, man. Take that personal. They won 65 games last year and got their soul snatched in the playoffs. Like you gotta come back from that. So for that reason, I will say the Suns. That'll be my pick. I don't know if it'll come to fruition, but I'll say it. Say it with my chest, and I'll run with that.
All right, Rashard, what you got?
I'm gonna roll with the defending champs. I'm gonna roll with Golden State just for the fact that they have like shooters. Wiseman's slowly coming into his own, which I mean, I hate that he left Memphis so early because I was locked in and he played 2 or 3 games and all that everything started coming down on Memphis and he left out and then the injury. But Wiseman fits in good he's a more athletic JaVale McGee for that system. Yeah. He doesn't alter shots as much, but he's more athletic or offensive. I'm sorry. He's more offensive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I think if I was to break the defense down, if I got an option, McGee can finish, but I think Wiseman will kind of give me what I want. So I got Golden State because you got to think, okay, Portland ain't going. Portland, they the Chargers of the NBA. You're going to the playoffs, but you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing. Phoenix is Booker and Aiden squad. Chris Paul, you still holding on, and you doing a damn good job. You're the general. Utah, we laugh because it's Utah from back in the past. Like we even when Mitchell was there, we didn't give a damn about Utah. Like, all right, y'all got a good brother, but whatever. Okay, nobody cared about that. The Spurs, Manu ain't walking through the door. Parker ain't coming through that joint. Like, y'all got here how? Y'all done got some rookies, some young cats, there's some surprise people. You got some good young talent, but y'all gonna really hold the fifth. Minnesota, Towns is gonna give up on you by All-Star break. He gonna give up because if he gets snubbed or being an All-Star, he gonna get in his feelings. So he ain't gonna do nothing. So he ain't gonna carry them nowhere. Who else we got? Nuggets. Murray trying to make sure he don't get hurt. Cause that'll be a Klay Thompson setback if Murray gets hurt.
Yeah.
So Denver can only do so. And then you got what's my man that keeps on getting the light-skinned cat that went to Missouri?
Porter.
Dog it, dude. Porter.
Yeah.
He need to back me out of me.
He gotta.
Something, boy.
I mean, Jackson from Memphis. He out for a minute, so Ja can only do so much.
Yeah,
Memphis can only do so much with that little squad, and Ja's got to slowly. Next season, he has to get a jumper. He's a scorer right now. Right now, Ja's a scorer. He's Kenny Anderson. He's Stephon Marbury. He's a scorer.
I'll ask you this, for sure. Do you think the reason I don't believe in Memphis? I don't think Ja durable enough, man. He's so damn small.
That's why I say he has to score. All that going to the lane with your little Arvidsson wristband or armband falling. You're going to catch the wrong fool who going to hit you the wrong, or you're going to catch somebody who's not athletic enough to get out your way and make a defensive play, stand under you. Because you get what I'm saying? Like all that's going to get you paid. It's going to get you the highlights. That's great. That's not going to get your team over the hump.
With his style, I'll tell you what. With his style of play, he don't got no goons around him to take care of him. Think
like Jordan did. Like
all the greats did. Think if he would have played with Tony Allen, Zebo, Marc Gasol instead of them having Mike Conley. Think if they had Ja instead of Mike Conley on those teams.
Tony Allen might be one of my favorite players.
That team would have made some noise. If they would have had him instead of Mike Conley, because he would have had dogs all around him. He wouldn't have to worry about nothing. But with this team,
you're right. He just don't, because they kind of all right around the same little age. Like who's the vet on Memphis? Is it Adam? Who's the vet on Memphis? Adams ain't about to. Now he might have them hands, but Adams ain't about to try to become that dude all of a sudden.
It's just I don't think he's durable enough, man. He a little guy. When you get in the playoffs, like all these ticky-tack shit, they don't call none of that in the playoffs, though.
Right.
They let you play.
I think Luka can get Dallas to the 5 seed by All-Star break.
Yeah.
I think he can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers are going to be battling.
I like that pickup. They got the kid from Houston. I like that pickup. They got Christian Wood.
First of all,
great pickup.
Yeah. And Houston liked him.
That was a great pickup.
The Clippers will battle 8-9 throughout the season and be teetering on what is the play-in? What is the play-in?
Yeah, the
Whatever
9
it
and
is.
10 is the play-in. I want them to be good so bad. I don't know why. I don't care because it's LA, but just I like all the players on their team and they just can't.
Yeah,
Kawhi cannot. Good. Kawhi is already set out a couple of games, bro.
Already set out. It's 7 games.
My boy, my boy in the side from the crib, he hit me. He hit me, dude. I don't even think I was at work yet. I think he heard it on the radio out there. He was like, bro, he's already sitting out. This was like game 3. I said, what are you talking about? And when he said it, he just said, your boy already sitting out. And I had to think, I'm like, I know Kawhi. Man, I'll pull it up. I'm like,
yeah. I want, listen, Rashard, I want to like these dudes. I like the players on their team. I like Kawhi. I don't think he's a top 75 player. That's a story for another day. I like Paul George. I like all these dudes. I like John Wall. I like everybody. Hell, I like Zubac. I like all these dudes.
I like Zubac, man. I like Zubac.
I like Reggie Jackson, but
I do too. I do too.
Of course, I like Luke Kennard, but these dudes just, man.
They just, I mean.
Right, yeah.
It's a cloud over, man. It's a real curse on that organization, man. I told somebody this, what's today, Sunday? I told somebody Friday. I said, I'm going to tell you something now. If we had Quentin Richardson, Darius Miles, Elton Brand in 2022 as the Clippers, I said, man, please, we cold as hell. I said, you serious?
Yeah, man.
I said, bruh, people don't, they was too young and they just couldn't put it together. They really didn't have a vet. We ain't talking about no
win. They just didn't know how to win. They knew how to win.
You put them in the these dudes got now with Quentin Richardson, Darius Miles, and Corey Maggette, Elton Brand, all them cats, man.
That's the thing about the NBA. Like the NBA, these guys know how to play basketball. They know how to play. So there are some guys in the NBA that don't know how to play. Newsflash for those of y'all who are watching. There are some NBA players that don't know how to play basketball the right way. Right. But some of these dudes can play ball. They just don't know how to win. And that's the thing with a lot of these teams. Like you, for example, like you just said them, like Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn is a perfect example of a team that can play, but they don't know how to win basketball games together.
No.
Like they haven't figured out how to win together yet. And I don't know what they're gonna do. They got 82 games to figure it out, but in the Western Conference, Memphis has figured out how to win with that team.
Yeah.
But they just that next level, if they run into a Golden State, they run into a Phoenix, they run into Luka. I don't know if Memphis want to see Luka in 7 games.
Bully ball.
I don't know if they want to see him. That's what I'm saying. Like I like Memphis. I like the Clippers, but I don't know if they want certain teams that just match up with the Clippers. If the Clippers run into a match, like if the Clippers run into the Suns in like the first round, they done. Like that's not a good matchup.
Yeah.
Because
Aiden kills Zubac.
That's what I'm saying. That's just not.
Aiden kills Zubac.
The Western Conference is going to be so interesting to watch because it's all matchups. Because everybody is good.
And Booker gonna get in his bag of tricks, and Kawhi ain't gonna guard him. It'll be Paul. He'll put his butt in foul trouble.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be all based on matchups in the West. I think Milwaukee will just dominate the East, but the West will be a lot of matchups because all those teams will be good. It'll be 3 or 4 teams that win 50 games in the West.
Yeah, to me, I still find it hard to go against Golden State coming out of the West because of the weapons they have. But one player in particular that is just slowly starting to dominate that team, and that's Andrew Wiggins. Yeah. His play, I mean, the way he's playing now is how I envisioned him when he first came out. That he could have done that. But my problem with him when he first came out was, number one, I thought he should have stayed at Kansas for at least another year because I just didn't think he was ready.
Sure.
Because even at Kansas, there were times he disappeared. You know, and he went on, and he did that when he first got in the league as well. But I think with him going to Minnesota, he started to build himself up a little bit more. But when he got to Golden State, and then when they got in the playoffs, and that man started taking over, because he's what, 6'9", 6'10", something like that.
He's a little shorter than that.
A little shorter than that. 6'8",
he's about
He's probably 6'7", 6'8".
6'7", 6'8". Like,
But his length, his arms,
Yeah.
and the dude can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah, I like Wiggins, man. He was a number 1 overall pick, so you know what that
Yeah.
pressure bring.
but
And
he didn't play at Cleveland though, right? Didn't they trade him draft night?
It was
they
the Kevin
traded.
Love trade. Yeah.
Kevin Love trade, right? Okay, that's what I figured. Okay.
Okay, but the pressure you put on the number 1 pick to elevate a franchise. I mean, this dude was 1 year removed. I mean, the year before, this dude was going on prom. Now you got to elevate
Right.
a whole
Right. No,
franchise.
that's true.
Like,
No.
that's kind of unfair. But to your point, Tim, like putting him in an organization that's already got stability and he can slide in as a number 3 guy and do his thing under the radar, that's a perfect spot for them. The reason I did not say Golden State is because they have too much leaking out of that organization to the public. Once you start seeing teams having too much stuff in the media, that's a problem. Like, did y'all hear earlier this week, Kuminga is complaining about not getting playing time?
They were saying that toward the end of the season last
Yeah,
year.
but
I was
man,
like,
like,
y'all
why-
about to win a championship.
Like, but why is exactly? They finna win, and you still hearing stuff leaking out from a young player. Like,
From a young player, dude. Like, bro, you on the squad. It's you about to get a ring.
that stuff doesn't come out usually in Golden State.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
little shit like that should not be coming out in the media.
Right.
Kuminga's
right.
not happy about playing time. Like that type of stuff just kind of chips away. Obviously, the Draymond Jordan Poole stuff. Then you got contracts. Now you got young players talking about I ain't getting enough minutes. I'm mad. Moses Moody playing more than me. Like if that stuff is getting out, I think that's. I mean, I want them to overcome it, but just history has told us when stuff like that gets out in
But
October.
for me, if Golden
know,
State
man.
is going to win, they have to do. Pop showed the blueprint, and I told people this. Pop would play a random bench player mid-season, and from then on. Therefore, you don't have trust issues when it comes to the playoffs. I know where you want the ball. I know what you're going to do when you get the ball.
Yeah.
Being outside looking, not being a Spurs, but I got enough friends that live out here that are Spurs fans, and I'd be like, you watching the game? And I'm going to check y'all out. I'm like, who's dude? Oh, man, he's the number 18th pick out of Temple. What? Hey, and then you see, you know what I'm saying? Like Pop would
get in the playoffs, make
you're
big
not gonna
plays.
go back, but
Yeah.
if you really look, Pop would play catch. Man, when it came to the playoffs and Tim go out and they slide in so and so, like, hold on, man. This dude holding his own. They're not afraid to pass. I can't go to him because he's not gonna do nothing with it. Let me force this other pass to Tim or Jamal. Let me throw this pass to Jay. Now, ball going the other way.
Yeah.
That's what Golden State. They better start doing that. They better bring Kuminga in. You better start putting Wiseman in better positions because that spotlight gonna get real big. Wiseman didn't play last year. And when this real time, we're gonna see, bro.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think another team will be the reason they lose. I think it's going to be all
internal.
I think it's going to be internal, man. I really do.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can overcome that stuff because they are still a great team, and I'm hoping that of course, Clay is able to find his rhythm and get back to playing the way he can play. But I mean, it's just gonna be it. We'll just have to see. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to a lot of stuff. Like I said, Utah is probably my biggest surprise right now. But at the same time, I don't know if they can sustain it for the rest of the season.
Hey, Danny Ainge tearing shit up in his office. What they doing? What's going on? What y'all doing? I brought y'all together to suck. What are y'all doing?
He
They
like
winning in spite of Danny Ainge. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he like that owner off Major League.
Yeah.
You can sell the team.
Trying to get them to lose on purpose.
Yeah,
that's
but they
it.
like,
Danny
no,
Ainge,
no.
he mad.
No, DA, we trying to win. No, you were not. I don't want you to win.
Right.
I want you to lose.
Right.
Giving it
You
a
were
bad
supposed to
locker
miss
room
that
and
free throw,
everything.
sir. You were supposed to miss that free throw.
Hey,
Yeah.
man.
What do you mean a 2-for-1? What?
Man, real basketball? What the hell wrong with y'all? Defense? What's going on out here?
We don't play defense here. That's
We
the
got
shit.
rid of everybody.
The way that we don't play
Everybody's
defense here. What are you doing? What do you
They
mean? Nobody
trying-
told you to slide your feet? What are you doing?
Look, they do not. He not wanting to win. He about to bring back Karl Malone. They keep playing. Carl Malone
Yeah, I
gonna
know,
take
right?
some of y'all minutes. Lori marketing, you gonna sell
He
the
gonna take
minutes.
some
You
of
gonna put
y'all
it in
minutes.
the mail, man. You keep out.
Oh,
man.
You
man.
look too
But,
good
yeah.
out here. We gonna bring Carl Malone and Stockton back. Y'all better stop winning.
Oh my God. Hey, they probably even win more games, but
Yeah, for real.
They old ass. They done.
yeah,
They
they're pretty much. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this. I know it's early in the season. You know, we just started, but who do you think would be your front runner for league MVP, rookie of the year, defensive player of the year, scoring title? And I think we've already said that we think that. Well, actually, no, we didn't. NBA champions at the end of the season.
All right.
Sean, you want me to go first? You want to think about it? I can go first.
No, I got it.
Okay.
You said MVP.
Yeah, we got MVP, rookie of the year, defensive
Aight.
player of the year,
And
scoring title, and NBA title.
I know you only want one. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna go Giannis. If not Giannis, then my sleeper would have been Luka. Rookie of the year. The cat out of Orlando, man, from Duke. Papa, how you pronounce his last name?
Paolo Banchero, baby.
Oh, that boy hit 27 in his first NBA game. I would have hit 2 and would have been calling my boys like I scored. That boy hit 27.
You already know.
What?
You already know.
Oh man. What else you say? You said
defensive player of the year.
I'm gonna go with an uncanny favorite. I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Giannis.
Yeah. Scoring title and NBA title.
Scoring title, like who's gonna have the most points this year in the what you call it?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win the scoring title? Embiid won it last year.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. Because he's not gonna care no more. I say because he's just gonna be like, you know what? Weirdo might disappear, so I need to go ahead.
I was waiting for you to call him that.
Ben ain't gonna do nothing. KD can just go for his. Like,
that's an interesting pick. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
KD,
Okay.
why not?
And then
Steph's he's unselfish. So Steph wants rings. Steph don't give a damn about no scoring time.
Right.
yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
Because you got Clay. I can throw it to Clay. Throw it to Draymond. Yeah. Draymond, get it back to me so I can get it to Clay on the cut. I mean, he don't care about none of that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't be go to Draymond for him to shoot.
NBA title? Ooh. God, is it coming out the East or the West? I just said Golden State, so Golden State.
Okay.
I can't
Jay, what
flip-flop. Hey, I can't flip-flop and say Milwaukee.
Right.
Somebody be like, well, season 3, you said.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Season 3, episode 1.
You said
Golden State.
You said something else. League MVP. I'm gonna go with Giannis. I think Giannis will win league MVP this year. He off to a good start. I mean, he's at the point now, man. He just can. He's figured out that he can dominate a game at any point. So he's just like, all right, they need me to take over. Like he's in his prime now. So he is in his absolute apex prime. So I gotta go with Giannis. He finna rack up so many damn awards now that he in his prime. So
he's figured out the NBA game. He's figured out the NBA game.
He's figured out the game and he understands how to dominate the NBA game. So I'm gonna go with Giannis. Rookie of the year, Paolo Banchero out of Orlando. They actually fun to watch. I'm an NBA junkie, so I watch all the games. I watch Sacramento Kings games at 9 o'clock at night. I watch Orlando Magic games at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I'm a junkie, so I actually watch them play. They fun to watch. They tall as hell. They got a bunch of big men. They got like 4 7-footers on their team. And Banchero 6'10". Like Jalen Suggs. They got the guard play. They got Terrence Ross. They fun to watch. They won't win a lot, but they fun to watch. And Banchero gonna put up 25 a game. So if he stay healthy, he'll be rookie of the year. Defensive player of the year, I'm actually go Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
Mikal, I think he got snubbed last year. He should have got it last year. They gave it to Smart. I mean, it was a toss-up, but I think Mikal Bridges, I think he should have got the nod. So I'm gonna go with Mikal Bridges. I think and he plays every game. I don't think he's ever missed a game in the NBA in his NBA career. He has not missed one game.
He hasn't
So
missed,
that's a
never missed a
testament
game
to
in
him.
college. Yeah,
Yeah,
never missed a game in
he's not
college
missed
or
any
yeah.
basketball games. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Mikal Bridges out of Phoenix for defensive player of the year. Scoring title. That Kevin Durant pick was actually interesting. I'm not gonna pick him though. I'm gonna go another way. I'm gonna go Luka Doncic.
That was my next one. I was gonna
Scoring
say.
title.
But
I
you
think
asked for one.
Luka's gonna go crazy and try to get this scoring title. I think Ja will make a push for MVP or scoring title, but he'll come up short. But I think Luka will win the scoring title. And then the NBA champ will be the Bucks. I think Milwaukee Bucks, man. They just early on, from right now, the way they look better than everybody. So and without Chris Middleton. So you add Chris.
Right.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying.
so yeah, I'm gonna say so Giannis, Banchero, Mikal Bridges, Luka the scoring title, Milwaukee Bucks champs. Who you got, Coach T?
Yeah, I'm also going with well, the MVP. It's I think to me it's a toss up between Giannis and Luka. I don't think there's any. I don't think it's a wrong answer when it comes to those two. If they hold true to what they've done in the past, then it could end up being Giannis because I mean I just think they're just going to dominate this season. I'm not saying they're going undefeated, but because it's not 2K, but
50-0.
Everybody got a 6'9" point guard going 50-0.
I'm 50-0 though, baby. I'm dishing them down. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I even beat Wilt's single game scoring record, 104 points.
Who you playing with, Cheryl Miller?
Touche. Hats off to Cheryl Miller.
Your creative player, Cheryl Miller.
That's what's up.
Bad. But anyways, yeah, you could not go wrong with Luka or Giannis with that answer. But I'm honestly, I'm kind of leaning more towards Giannis because I think he's I think he might be on more of a mission. But you can say the same thing about Giannis after they got knocked out last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just gonna be interesting to see. But like I said, I would probably go with Giannis on that one. Rookie, I mean, it's unanimous. Banchero's playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
And I just when it comes in looking at
the most NBA ready rookie. I was telling people that.
Yeah.
Coming out and they like, oh, you just said it because you're a Duke fan. I'm like, no, look at him.
He's nice.
He went to the right team because he's not buried. He's not buried on the bench.
Exactly.
It's not too many benches. It's not too many teams he could go on right now where he would be buried, but he's getting all the minutes that he needs to become a good NBA player.
You get all the minutes. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. He's just, he's nice. And I watched a few games, when he's in college. I was like, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But then he's one of those ones. As soon as he got to the league, he's like, all right, let's go. It's time to go.
You hit 27. 27 in your first NBA real game?
The first since LeBron, 25-5-5 in his first game.
He came in like Russell Wilson. Let's ride.
Russell Wilson is the Carlton Banks of the NFL.
Rashad, I'm gonna get you a Russell Wilson t-shirt. With him doing the Carlton dance, it's gonna be Russell Wilson head, and it's gonna say "Let's ride" at the bottom.
If it's silver and black, I'll rock it.
I'm gonna make sure it's silver and black.
I would rock that. Russ, man.
My defensive player of the year. Yeah, I know, right? My defensive player, I agree with Rashard. I agree with Jay on that one. I think Mikal Bridges. The dude is just phenomenal. I mean, and he's reliable.
Iron Man.
He does. He plays really well. And he plays every play. Like he's out playing every play. Like he's playing like as if I'm not gonna get back in the game after if I come out. So I'm gonna play as hard as I can. He
play hard, right.
Hard, and he don't miss games, and he guards the toughest assignment every night.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a reliable guy. I like him playing. Scoring title. I'm gonna probably go with Luka on that one, just because he really is mainly the whole offense.
Yep.
He's got some great help. Christian Wood, like we said earlier, that was a wonderful pickup.
I like that.
And he can do some things. I think he's a better upgraded version of Porzingis. And the reason why I say that is because he's a little bit more. Well, he's not a little bit. He's a lot more mobile than Porzingis.
Yeah.
And he gets up and down the floor. He can run with Luka. He can shoot the three. He's pretty good defender. And I just think I think that pairing is actually going to work better for him. They need to surround him with some more players.
I think he's a more humble Porzingis.
Yes, I definitely
That's why he
agree on that.
fits. I think he can fit better.
Yes,
Porzingis just wanted to be the man, and Christian Wood is like, I can fall back, but let me do my thing. Like, you don't have to run plays for me. Like, I can go get it. So I agree with that. Yeah.
What's the closest NBA team to y'all? Your
NBA,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
How far is that driving wise? It's 7 for me.
It's about 5 for me. Tim
for you
probably
it's
about
5.
4.
Yeah,
Tim probably about 4 and some change. But I'm about an hour and a half north of Tim. So
yeah.
No, I was trying to brainstorm. Just a random game. I'm just trying to brainstorm something like.
Yeah, we can get a game.
Get it.
We can get
Yeah,
it.
definitely get it.
Look, the head coach.
I'm being for real.
I'm being too.
Thunder game. Y'all better check us out. We might be in the crowd.
We go.
on the jumbotron.
I'm gonna pull up the schedule when we get off, man. I'm being for real, like yo.
Get on the jumbotron or something. Rashard have his Let's Ride shirt on. You may go put it on the jumbotron.
But especially if it's like a Saturday or a Sunday game, you know what I'm saying?
It gotta be a Saturday, so we can kick it Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Let's make that happen. So now my NBA title, right now, I don't see anybody slowing down the Bucks. And to the point that even Jay made, they're doing it without Middleton. You know what I'm saying? And we already saw how they played last season, and then when Middleton went out, that really hurt them. So they figured it out, and they're playing, and they're still playing at high level basketball. So when Middleton comes back, that is going to be scary.
I didn't know that, man. My brain is. I'm looking like, hold up.
I got Chris Middleton on my fantasy basketball. That's why I know.
That's why you okay.
IR. He's sitting on IR. I'm like, man.
So who's the cat with the headband, Jay? The dark skinned cat with the bug eyes.
We talking about Drew Holiday?
Nah, not the point guard. The wing, the forward.
Oh, you talking about
Portis?
Begin with a P, right?
No. You ain't talking about Bobby Portis. He talking about Matthews. You talking about Wesley Matthews?
Oh, it begins his last name begin with a P, right?
Oh, Bobby Portis. Yeah, that's what Tim said.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis.
I'm watching the game and I know it's Portis on the court. The whole time I'm thinking Middleton's on the court too.
No, he ain't played
the
yet.
whole time I'm watching the game.
He ain't played
when
yet.
I was going back and forth, I'm thinking, oh, Portis is in here too.
They got a complete team, man. They got shooters.
Bro, y'all telling me this boy ain't played yet?
Oh, yeah. They got Brook Lopez back, who was hurt all last year. He back.
Yes.
He's back. Yes.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Hey.
And they way bigger than Golden State. They're way bigger than Golden State.
They running the Golden State. I just can't see Golden State beating them, man.
Me either. Me either.
Sorry.
I can't. Yeah. So that's who I'm going with as far as that's concerned. Hey, Jim, we're going to take a really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk World Series. All right.
World Series. We're going to bang some trash cans and be right back.
Oh, here we go.
All right, we are back with the Hey Coach podcast. I'm Coach T. Of course, I'm rocking along with Jay Monday and Rashard Collins, who's got his Seattle hat on. I don't know why, but whatever. Anyways,
die hard fan, baby. It's 1990, baby. Die hard fan. Ken Griffey.
It's all good. Before we get into the World Series, I want to tell everybody that this portion of the show is brought to you by StreamYard. This is our podcast platform that we're live streaming from right now. StreamYard is very easy to use. It's got very friendly tools that you can use to do your broadcast, and you can broadcast on multiple platforms all in one place. So if you want to start a podcast, go check out StreamYard. They got some great affordable plans. You can get a free plan, or you can upgrade to the professional for $49 a month. So if you want to start a podcast, go check out StreamYard. All right, gentlemen, it's World Series time. Now, this World Series so far has actually, I thought it's actually been pretty good. And the reason why I say that is because you can't tell what's going to happen half the time. It was Friday. They played. It was the Astros and the Phillies, and the Astros were up 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, and the Phillies came back and ended up putting up 6 runs on the board and ended up winning that game 6-5. But then the Astros came right back on Saturday. They came right back and they ended up winning that game 5-2. Yeah. So, gentlemen, what are your thoughts so far going into this World Series? We'll start with Rashard first.
All right. Well, right now, with it being 1-1, the city was on edge after Philly beat them game 1. Because you got to look at it. They were about to go 2-0 to Philly. I mean, you got to think, they was up 5-0. Then they was up 5-2. Then you're kind of thinking like, all right, it's a wrap. I end up turning to like basketball or something. Then all of a sudden I turn back and look like, 6-5. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So that's not good. Philly has bats. The Astros have a way better bullpen, and the Astros got just as many bats as Philly. So now you're looking at the series is the 2 games are already out the way. The next 3 games are in Philly. Philly got to jump on them tomorrow. Philly don't jump on them tomorrow, it's a wrap. Astros are solid, bro. Everybody can do like Jay said, the trash can, all that. You can say what they want to. This team has been solid since 2-3 years. That's funny. 2-3 years before they won the World Series. When I first moved down here, Sports Illustrated had a cover to project the Astros to be in the division series. And it had Springer and all these boys on the cover. Their farm system is so – dog, I listen to the radio and these people be talking about – I'm like, who in the hell is watching minor league baseball in Corpus Christi, Texas? Well, you know, the second baseman is like, bro, they got a squad, man. Philly's got a team. For Philly to come out of nowhere and damn near be not even in contention until they fired Girardi, hey, they done came back, man. I'm a Seattle fan. I knew we weren't going to win, but I thought we could get a game. But they swept us, so hey. Stros got a squad, man. If the city, half the people that work that ain't Saints fans, they all got Astro hats on their work.
All right, Jay, what you got?
No, the series 1-1. I mean, it's 2 good teams. Baseball has always been about momentum, and the Phillies is the hottest team in baseball right now. Mm-hmm. I think the Phillies going to win the World Series for 2 reasons. 1, because they're the hottest team right now, and 2, Vegas is not going to allow Mattress Matt to win $75 million. It ain't happening. Okay. Man. Mattress Matt is not winning $75 million. So if y'all gamble, go ahead and put y'all money on the Phillies, man. They not finna win this series, bro. They not finna win this series. And no, you're right. So the Astros, they got the bullpen, but baseball is just such a momentum game, man. And they just rolling at the right time. Bryce Harper about to get him a ring, probably make up for that ring that he didn't get when he left Washington, so he can finally get him one. But Houston always been good. They've had like a nice little 5-6 year window. Yeah. You know, other than banging on Oscar the Grouch that one year, but they've been good, man. I feel
Hey,
like
Dusty got to get him one, man. We got to root for Dusty, man.
look, we can root for Dusty all we want, but
We're gonna root for Dusty to get him one, not root for. We're gonna get him one.
Maybe he'll get him one next year. It would be very. It's somebody that gambles a little bit. I gamble a little bit. I don't know if Vegas matches Matt with $75 million.
No, but his bets are broken.
Win the World Series.
His bets are broken up though.
I understand.
His bets are broken up through and he owns and it's what's so funny. It's funny because it's a furniture store that he owns.
Yes.
He runs a couple. So
for those who don't know,
it's a furniture store here in Houston, but it's really a furniture like a rooms to go type. It's not just mattresses. So he'll tell people if you come in, if you want to get some furniture, you can get $3,000 worth of furniture. If your squad wins, the bill's on me.
Yeah.
The bill's on me. That's how the promotion goes. The bill's on me. If not, then you already know you were going to pay X amount of Z. You just do the thing. But if you're confident by a certain date, like 3 weeks ago was the last day that you could come in here, buy, boom, 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 boom. Hey man, he does it for the he does it mostly for the Astros because like the Texans are trash and the Rockets are not good. Yeah. So why not go? But this dude he'll go to Mississippi. He'll go to Gulfport, Mississippi, go to a casino, their sports book in May, be like Astros, yada yada yada, and put up millions. Bro, he's got millions. You do the background story on this dude. This dude is a felon.
Yeah, came out of nowhere, man. I'm gonna go with the Phillies, though, man.
I'll send this bio to you. You gonna be like, hold up, what?
Yeah.
Like, hold up, this dude. Yeah, Mattress Mac did a little jail time, folks.
Yeah, but he I don't know, man. I gotta go with the Phillies.
You said Vegas ain't gonna let it happen.
Vegas ain't gonna let that happen, man.
They'll be so sick here.
Vegas ain't gonna let that happen, man. I gotta go with the Phillies. But it's 1-1. I think game 3 is tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah.
In Philly.
In Philly. It's gonna be stupid in Philly tomorrow.
Yeah.
Monday night. Who played Monday Night Football? Because that's not gonna get that much look.
It's gonna be Cincinnati and the Browns. So they might not get
World Series is gonna get.
World Series gonna get a nice look. Philly on fire right now. I mean, a football team 8-0. NBA just started.
Well, who saw? First of all, who saw?
7-0 because they just had a bye. 7-0.
Yeah.
Bro, what they need to win like one more game? They qualify for the playoffs.
They damn near clinch. They win 2 more games.
I mean, realistically,
Creed 3 about to come out. Man, Philly on fire.
The whole city on fire, man.
They on fire, man. Philly cheesesteaks at McDonald's, man. They go.
Bro, hey man.
7-0.
They 7-0. They waxing teams too.
I didn't know Minnesota. I didn't know Minnesota Vikings record was that good until today.
Vikes are good.
Yeah,
a lot of good football teams. But who you got, Tim? Who you got winning or what you think about the series?
For a feel good story, I would like for the Astros win because I would love for Dusty to be able to get one. But I just think Philly is just way too hot. Now I think tomorrow's game is going to tell us a lot.
Yes.
If Philly pulls that out, then they might win at home. If they don't pull out tomorrow's game, well, then obviously we already know that it's going to end up going back to Houston. But I think tomorrow's game, and I think it depends on how they win. If they end up putting up 10 runs or whatever, I think they're just going to walk. But I'm going to tell you right now, if the Astros get up in that game and they're not able to close it out and Philly wins that game and comes back again to win another game, it'll
be rocking in Philly on Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Houston's going to have enough to be able to do that. And like to your point, Rashard, they've got a phenomenal bullpen. Houston's got a phenomenal bullpen. They've got some good bats. But right now, I think Bryce Harper is on a mission. I think that Phillies organization is on a mission, and the guys are playing. Like I said, yesterday's game, like I said, was a pretty good game. But they just couldn't get going. So, like I said, to me, tomorrow night's game is really going to tell us, the true outlook on that series.
I'll piggyback off of you. I think tomorrow, whoever wins tomorrow is obviously, quote unquote, in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Less pressure, and it won't be as tense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
if the Phillies win,
win the next day, the next game, the ballpark
got to play in Game 4.
It's gonna be loud. But my thing is, basketball crowd noise and baseball crowd noise are different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you taking the ball out of bounds, Jay. You can hear that MF 2 feet away from you, bro.
Yeah,
you batting. You really not hearing dude behind the third baseline, and you got good seats, bro. I can't really hear you. So it'll be loud and guided, but you got to think. There's nobody's calling the play out.
Right.
There's no silent count. There's no crowd noise for that. It's just like, okay, the building was rocking. Baseball, you got to focus on hitting the ball and this dude pitching, hitting that strike zone, seeing where the ump is going to give you, you know what I'm saying, that right there. So the crowd noise to me in baseball has always been funny to me. I'm like, all right, football, if you're the visiting team and you can't call signals and y'all really ain't went over silent count, that's a little different. NBA, I can hand direct you to where I need you to go. I don't need to be like, Tim, Jay set a pick. I can be like, so.
Yeah, Philly kind of nuts though, man.
Hey, real quick. They told the fans on Thursday here in Houston, don't wear no Astro stuff to Philly.
Philly nuts. They boo Santa Claus, bro.
They said don't.
They boo Santa Claus.
They said we're not being funny because one of the dudes is Indy Kalu. He played football for the Eagles, but he's from San Antonio and he lived here. He said, I've lived in Philly. They had to get escorted to the games when they played the Cowboys in Philly because their plates, some of the players were from Texas. Right. So their plates were Texas.
Right.
The Eagles organization had to call the local police to escort. They had to meet up and they had to escort the Philadelphia Eagles teammates that are from Texas with Texas plates into the stadium and had to watch their cars and make sure nobody messed with their cars. And they play for the Eagles.
Isn't that crazy? Philly's crazy.
That's a real
the fans are so crazy. You think that somebody drove all the way from Dallas, Texas with their car all the way to Philly?
Bro,
the Philly plays like they don't even think.
That dude said they had to call. They had to figure out how many players were from Texas, what plates do they have, and they had to escort them, and they had to watch their cars while the game was going on.
They booed Santa Claus, bro. They had a halftime show once.
They cheered when Irvin was getting his face mask screwed off.
Yeah,
they threw batteries at somebody.
They throw batteries. They had a halftime show with a dog. They was throwing frisbee at a dog, and the dog didn't catch the frisbee, and they booed the dog at halftime. They booed a
lady. They booed a lady that was about to turn 100 years old within a couple of days, and she was like a Vikings fan, and she was happy that the Eagles and Vikings were about to play, so the Vikings could go to the Super Bowl or something. Man, they booed this broad off the goddamn thing.
Philly, wow. Look, got robbed in Philly when he was in the military. Look, they don't care, man.
They don't care about it. They don't care about it.
I'm telling you, bro, they literally said it on the radio. Astro fans, if we win, do not celebrate. Do not wear your stuff. Get to the hotel. Jump on the bed. Then they're like, he's like, man, I played in Philly. They for real. I just
want to see how many trash cans going to be in the crowd on Monday.
They don't matter. All right, I'm a Seattle fan. It don't matter.
I want to see how many. On the side note.
Well, Tim, you know Capato. John Capato. He's from Philly. You know, I met messing with John. I said, John, how you feeling? He's like, I think we got a chance, man. I think we got a chance. I was like, oh, y'all got a nice little squad.
Yeah.
I said, Capato, y'all got a nice little squad, bro.
I don't even like rooting for National League teams, man, but I just the White Sox are the most disappointing team in baseball this year anyway. Based on preseason to what happened, they were the most disappointing team.
Nah.
Yeah.
Three teams in baseball are disappointing. Dodgers, Mets, Braves. Dodgers and Mets and Braves.
But
Mariners, we overachieved. The only reason why we got in there because of the extra playoff team.
right.
Yeah.
But still, I'm saying preseason, like everybody had the White Sox making the playoffs, winning the division. We went 81-81 and didn't make playoffs. Disappointing. Most disappointing team.
Oh my
I
god.
can celebrate my teams when they do well, and I can talk about them when they do bad, man. I can be
Yeah, that's
I
important.
guess
That's
I'll be
important.
mute. I guess I'll be mute for a while then. 'Cause,
no, man. I gotta call like I see it, man.
Yeah.
you know, between Nebraska, the Raiders, and the Clippers, man, I'm about to cut my wrist.
You better find you a curling team you like.
They might be trash.
Early.
Give me a Jamaican curling team. Pick the wrong.
Watching bobsled.
Like the Jamaican bobsledding team. Yeah.
You better get you a bobsled team, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
man,
Watch the
man.
World Cup this
I'm
winter.
about to
so.
start taking up field hockey.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to start watching
Field
field hockey in
hockey.
this joint. I'm thinking
Yes,
about going to
sir.
the Jackson State TSU game Saturday.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Let
that'd
me
be
go
good.
catch prime time. $41 open General Mason.
That'd be dope.
That'd be nice.
Thinking about doing
Sure,
that.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it's that time.
Yes, sir.
It's that time. It's been another great episode. Like I said, I want to thank everybody for joining us for our season premiere, for season 3, episode
sir.
1. Enjoyed the interaction with the fans, and of course, I love just talking shop with my two boys right here. You guys make the show so much more enjoyable for me. Rashard, I want to say, great job today. We didn't have to use a disclaimer.
We're starting the season off right. Let's go. Days without disclaimer.
Yeah,
One.
we didn't have to do the disclaimer, so you did a great job, sir. You get a gold star. You get a gold star. All right, so Rashard, we'll start with you. Quick, you have any closing remarks for the show?
No, man. It seemed like it's been forever. Enjoyed it. I just looking forward to the other shows, man. I guess I gotta bring out my Illinois gear. My boy's gonna be like, "Oh, you fraud." I'm like, "Shut up. We all from Champaign area, bro. We from Rantoul, but
Rank number 14, moving up, man. Number 1 defense in the country,
man.
baby.
Hey, man, my boy talked he talked trash week 2, Jay, week 2. He said, all we need is 4 more victories. We're going to the bowl. I said, man, y'all ain't about to win nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I called him 2 weeks. I called him 2 weeks ago. I was like, bowl eligible, huh? I said, ILL, huh? He said, INI. I said, damn.
Y'all looking a little nice right now. Y'all looking kind of
14,
nice right
yeah,
now.
bro. Because he said a couple of squads lost yesterday that was ranked higher than Illinois. So
Yeah.
was Illinois 17th yesterday going in?
So we were 18 going in, or 17 going in yesterday. We moved up to 14. K-State jumped us because they beat Oklahoma State 100-0. But we jumped Oklahoma State, and we jumped because Wake Forest lost to Louisville. That was a big upset. So yeah, so we 14 now.
That's crazy. It's been I think just like Seattle, it's been like since 2001 since they did like either bowl or ranked this high or something. It was something that it was compared to 2001. I was like, that's what's up.
Illini, baby.
That's what's up. All right, Jay, you got anything for the show?
No, man, just happy to be back. Season 3. Glad y'all all tuned in. And keep tuning in every Sunday. We got some more stuff for y'all. NBA is back.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mattress Matt, good luck. Get that second time ready. But nah, man, just a good show. I'm glad we back together, man. Got the band back together again. Looking forward to some more episodes, man. That's it.
Yeah. And the only thing I've got is, you know, I want to thank everybody once again for joining us on the show. And also for bearing with me as I'm sneezing and snotting all over the place. Dealing with these allergies.
Get well soon.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go take some medication, man. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But no, great show, fellas. Like Jay said, you know, happy to be back. You know, season 3 still going strong. Make sure make sure you get on all of our social medias. You can hit us up on Facebook at Timothy Rashard Jamal, Twitter at Hey Coach Podcast, Instagram at Hey Coach Podcast. You can also check us out on Anchor by going to anchor.fm/Hey Coach T. So, gentlemen, once again, great job, great show, and I can't wait to get back and do it again. So, for all of us here at Hey Coach, I want to thank you, and you all have a great rest of your evening, and have a blessed week. See ya.
All right, fellas. Later.
All right.